business. I loved adult education. I loved that people wanted to improve themselves. I loved the fact that I got to be an entrepreneur and have my own business and fill seminar rooms up. So I learned everything that was behind the scenes. And I did that for a few years, and I met a man named Brian Tracy. Some of you know Brian, and Brian was so influential in my life because he gave me permission to move out of the promotion business and actually become a trainer. I had been working with him, helping him fill up his rooms, and I said, Brian, I think I could do what you do. I think I could stand in front of the group and teach real estate agents, what I learned as a realtor. And he says, go for it. I encourage you to go for it. It was like, one more time, the right person at the right time giving you instruction. And so I went for it, and I started a company called Star Performance. And what Star Performance did was offered a free seminar to real estate agents. And at the free seminar, what I would do is I would teach them my methods and sell a set of tapes. And we introduced that concept of the free half-day seminar. And I spent 2 years on the road, maybe 23 to 25 days a month, traveling from city to city, selling my books and my tapes. And it was in 1988, after about 3 or 4 years of doing this, I got completely burnt out. I was flying home from Minneapolis, Minnesota, end of the year, December 17th, 18th, and I was completely burnt out. I spiritually, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, physically. I was having a difficult time with my marriage. Things were not working for me in my life. I had to figure out a different way to do this. And I met another man at the time, and again, the right words from the right person at the right time. His name was Cabot Roberts. And Cabot said, Joe, you could either keep the same talk and go find a new audience, or you can develop yourself and keep the same audience. And it was a real shift for me, because what it meant was I had to work on me and then keep the same group of people to train. So that meant not looking for a new client all the time, but giving the client that I already had more and richer and better. And so I started to embrace that philosophy. And then I met another man. Again, the right words from the right person at the right time, a guy named Jay Abraham. And Jay introduced me to this whole concept of building a referral business. And it happened when I was at one of his conferences. Jay would do a 3-day class, $5,000 per person. And I was sitting next to a man named David Corbin, and David and I were there at the conference together. And I remember poignantly, because it was at a moment where I was going to get up and go to the bathroom. I said, Dave, I'll be right back. And he goes, no, stick around, because this next speaker is somebody you're going to want to hear. And his name was Michael Bosch, and he was the co-founder of Federal Express. And he was sharing with us the story about a man named Paddy Lund. And Paddy Lund was a dentist in Australia who had built a dental practice that had caused him to be psychologically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually completely burnt out, just like I had experienced. And he had turned it around. And I was really searching right now for how to turn this around. And what Paddy discovered was that he had to organize his business so he really fulfilled the needs and the wants of the customer. Because most people don't want to go to a dentist. They need to, but they don't want to. They don't like the way it feels. They don't like to pay the money. They don't like the smell when you walk in the office. They don't like the sound of the drill. There's a lot of things that they don't like about going to a dentist. And I thought, that's just like real estate. There's a lot of people that don't like going to a real estate agent. And they're very similar. They're the horrible things that happen. Most people hate the process of buying a house. They love the house. I love clean teeth, but they hate the process of getting the house or getting the clean teeth. So I was really inquisitive. What did he do? So he described how he changed his office to reflect a home, where he put a fireplace in, and he put fresh bread being baked every day. So when you walked in, Mom, I'm home, as opposed to walking in and hearing the drill, all that sound. And he really addressed the need of the client. And he did it all the way through the whole dental practice. And when he set up the whole new practice, he wrote a letter to his clients, and he said, I'm going to restart my business, and it's going to be based on you introducing me to your friends and your family members. So he met with each one of the clients, and he says, I want to be your dentist. I want to be your dentist for life. It's conditional, though, and the condition is you have to introduce me to at least one friend or family member who's like you, because I'm not going to be open to the public. I'm going to only work with people who are clients of mine and their friends and family members. And I remember sitting there at my table, and I wrote down for the very first time, by referral only. And I circled the words. And I said to David, that's the name of our new company, by referral only. And he smiled. And it was one of those moments, the right person at the right time, just acknowledging. And I went, yes. And I got really excited about learning what it would take for a real estate agent or a lender to build a practice where your business came to you all through referrals. And that's what we've been spending the last 20 years doing, is looking at all the systems, the methods, the processes, the language, everything that we have to do in order to build a buy referral only business. And it started for me by just approaching the top agents in North America. So I went and found the top agent in San Diego, the top agent in Chicago, the top agent in Kansas, top agent in Florida, top agents in Texas. And I approached these individuals and I said, I will personally coach you and show you how to build a referral business. And each of them, one of them were really excited because they were all making gross revenue but no net profit, because they were spending all of their money on advertising and promotion to get their next client. And that next client was also often resistant. They were mistrusting, and it caused a lot of havoc in their life. And what I noticed with all these top agents, they're all burnt out spiritually, psychologically, emotionally, but they were the top agents. They're the one that everybody was saying, be like them. And so my message to them was, hey, I think I can help you change your business, raise your income, but improve your life. And they were all ears. So I started to go to work, mentoring and working with them individually, one-on-one. And I had some enormous success stories. People were going from doing 60, 70 transactions a year to doing 80, 90 transactions a year, but do it in half the time. Had people that were doing 40, 50 transactions, turned it up to 100 transactions and doing it in half the time. But all of them had a common denominator. They really now loved the business. Emotionally, they were more stable, physically stronger, mentally more alert, psychologically more focused, spiritually more connected. So I knew from these results that by referral only was a movement, not a technique. This was what the industry needed. It was a new direction. And so we took all of our resources and we started putting it all into building structures and systems and methods to teach the buy referral only way. And the results, they've been astonishing. For the last 20 years, over 150,000 real estate agents and lenders have come through our 3-day training event. We've had 10 to 12,000 people we've had through our coaching programs. And the feedback is incredible. What people tell us is not only are they making more money, of course you're going to make more money. Whenever you like what you're doing, you make more money. They're spiritually more connected. They feel more purposeful. They know that what they're doing every day is mission focused. Physically, they're in better condition. They take care of themselves better because they know if they take care of themselves better, they can take care of other people better. Mentally, they're alert because they know that they have to work harder on themselves than they do on their business. They're not looking for a new audience. What they're doing is working on themselves so they can keep their same audience. And of course, they're much better off with their family and their friends, and they just love who they are. And that's what buy referral only is. Buy referral only is a philosophy backed up with systems, structures, and support to help you become the best version of yourself. And that's what my life has been about for the last 25 years, is to take what I had to struggle with in the beginning to try to figure this out. I had to go through the process of being completely burnt out, completely worn out, spiritually, mentally, financially. And then I had to go find the people and find the learning. And I continue to do that every single day. And then put it into a process. And then deliver it every day to the buy referral only members. And it's a great life. Buy referral only is a great way to build a business and build a great life.